Today we're breaking down how to shoot horizontal and vertical videos. Whether you're creating commercials or short films across a widescreen or maybe framing life in portrait mode, I've got the lowdown on how to rock both worlds. Let's break down horizontal videos. This format, it's all about storytelling on a grand scale. It allows you to really pay attention to the composition of your shot, which brings in the viewer into the world that you've created. With horizontal, you're not just capturing moments, you're crafting experiences. This is where landscape becomes not just the background, but a character in its own right. The horizon line, the sprawling vistas, they all play a part in setting the tone and mood of your narrative. And it's not just about what you're showing, it's about how you show it. The rule of thirds, leading lines, depth of field, these are all tools in your arsenal helping you make every shot a work of art. Now think about action scenes. In horizontal, you've got the space to let them unfold, chase sequences, panoramic battles, or just a simple walk and talk. Everything looks cinematic and dynamic. There we got it. And let's not forget dialogue scenes. With more screen real estate, you can play with shot reverse shot without cutting off anyone's head or resort to over the shoulder shots that feel cramped. It's about giving the characters room to breathe, allowing their interactions to feel natural, grounded in the physical space that they inhabit. This is where I like to use an external monitor. Now there's a whole bunch of them out there, but I personally like using my small HD Indy 7. The 7 stands for a 7-inch monitor. The monitor allows me to create different pages within it that are fully customizable and they serve as templates. For example, I can create a page that has a grid, a center crosshair, and letterboxes to allow me to see what my composition is gonna look like. This video is not sponsored by Small HD, even though that would be super cool. I just really like the monitor a lot, and I recommend it to anybody who is shooting content or working professionally. So when you shoot horizontal, you're choosing a canvas that's wide open, meaning that it's a commitment to storytelling that's visually rich and filled with possibilities. Sure, vertical has its place in today's mobile-driven world, but when you want to capture something that's truly memorable, something that captures the essence of cinema, then you'll definitely want to go with something that's horizontal. Now switch your perspective and let's flip to vertical. Social media's playground. It's personal, direct, and yeah, it fills up the whole screen, keeping your viewers locked in. Now, in this digital age, vertical isn't just a format, it's a revolution. Think about it. When was the last time that you rotated your phone to watch a reel? You didn't. It's vertical. It covers your whole screen. It's the perfect viewing experience when you're watching on your phone. And that's why vertical has completely taken over, because it's how we naturally hold our devices. It's intimate, making you feel like every post, every story is made just for you. But don't be fooled. Vertical may seem straightforward, but because everybody can do it, it's really not. You gotta get creative with it in order to stand out. So how do we do it? How do we stand out in a sea of vertical content? By mastering the art of vertical framing, the creative use of text, depth of field, and knowing the UI of the platform which you're posting in. Whether it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever it is, getting familiar with it. I created a guide that shows you exactly which parts of the image will get cut off depending on the platform that you're posting it in. You can download it below, it's completely free. And here's where vertical shines. Engagement. You're not just watching, you're interacting. Swipe up, like, comment, share it. It's all at your fingertips. Vertical videos aren't just viewed, they're experienced. It's also more accessible to your viewers because they always have their phone on them at all times. Now this is an L plate, and it allows you to mount your camera vertically when it's going on a tripod or even a stabilizer. Super important because it gives you that edge and that advantage of being able to shoot vertically and take advantage of the full sensor, as opposed to shooting horizontally and then cropping in. So yes, horizontal and vertical both have its pros and cons. They can be both great depending on the context. Horizontal can be cinematic and vertical can be a lot more engaging. When it comes to vertical, there's also the fact that it's geared towards short form content, which of course, it's a conversation for another day. Question is, how will you use vertical to tell your stories? Will you innovate, find new formats, figure out better ways to compose your shots? Well, in order to break the rules, first you gotta learn what the rules are. Your biggest challenge is just choosing which format. Now, if you shoot vertical, then it means that a lot of elements are gonna be lost from your image. And if you shoot horizontal, then that means that you're gonna have to actively track all the time what's gonna be cropped in post. So what do? Let's say that your client wants the deliverables to be both horizontal and vertical for social media. You're gonna wanna shoot in 4K or higher. That's your golden ticket to flexing across all platforms. You're gonna wanna shoot wide, then crop tight. Again, that external monitor is gonna come in super handy to make sure that you have an overlay that shows you where you're gonna crop. But in case you don't have a monitor, you can always turn on the grid on your camera. And just be mindful to frame between those two lines in the center because you'll be cropping everything outside of it. And like I said before, there is times where you can't shoot vertical natively. You just flip your camera off to the side, use an L plate, mount it on a tripod, mount it on a stabilizer, but understanding the context of the video, where it's gonna live, and ultimately, if you're doing professional work, what the client is looking for is super important. Most of the time when I'm working with a client, I'll ask them in our discovery call where the content's gonna ultimately live. A lot of times they'll ask for it to be horizontal because then it can live on their website and their team can even crop it to be any other aspect ratio. You gotta learn how to adapt. If vertical goes away tomorrow, then you still have those horizontal videos. And trust me when I say horizontal videos are not going anywhere. Even if vertical videos are popular right now, there's a high chance that it won't be as popular 5 years down the road once people get really tired of it. And we're starting to see this a lot with creators starting to post 4x3 and 3x2 videos. Vertical content, especially in the context of short form content, is getting exhausting. So there it is. Those are my tips on how to shoot horizontal and vertical the smart way. Remember, it's not about fitting in. You don't want to be the copy of someone. You want to be original. It's about standing out, experimenting, and finding your groove. And whatever you do, just make it undeniably you.